What's up, you guys? Let's talk about one of the worst isekai that came out this year. No longer allowed in another world. The term isekai is basically a reference to being reborn or being reincarnated into another world. You can either get teleported or you just end up dying and then get transferred into another world. It was one of the biggest hit back in the day, but as the year go by, this genre tends to die down from, I guess, writer having writer blocks or just running out of any kind of other topic and then just making it into a bunch of shit show for everybody else to watch. There's actually some great isekai out there that I would recommend, from Reincarnated as a Slime, ReZero, Arifu, and Overlord. Those are some classic isekai that I had grew up and actually love and enjoy. But now on to 2024, we tend to see that isekai had started to go downhill, and it's just been a terrible run for isekai itself. No longer allowed in another world. It's one of, so far, the worst isekai I have ever seen, and I only be able to see 2 episodes, which I started questioning my life after I started watching it, and I started to wonder, like, damn, is this really what my life had led to for me to sit here and watch this type of show or anime? So the whole story is based on a protagonist who have a very huge depression problem and wanted to commit suicide every single chance he get. Starting off at the beginning, you can see the protagonist and his girlfriend or his wife planning out a double suicide, which where they would drown into a lake and kill themselves. But out of luck, they ended up getting hit by a truck, which most isekai always end up with you dying from getting hit in a truck.
得意側だね。
共に参りましょう。
さっちゃん、
はい。
永遠に。おや？
It's like, what more of a shit show can you ask for, huh? So whenever he ended up getting hit by this truck, him and his girlfriend or wife ended up dying instantly. But the long story short is, surprisingly, only he was reincarnated, not his wife, which I'm kind of confused because all isekai, it usually the male protagonist always ended up coming back to life and the female is always end up disappearing.
It was my life! My life! You don't get to take that from me!
Well, actually, I'll take that back. I guess in Mushu Tensei, both of them actually end up being reborn into another world. But for this one, it was kind of like, well, what happened to the wife? Didn't she die the same way that he died? Which is kind of funny to me. So starting on from the beginning, he is now reincarnated into another world. And the first thing is, the goddess had told him that he's one of the heroes, which is reborn here to save the world.
ここは死後の世界などではありません。ようこそ冒険者。
誰かな？君は。
アネットと申します。冒険者よ。この世界、あなたは選ばれ、天闇に閉ざされた大陸。世界に光をもために。
He ended up not accepting it and telling her that his only goal in life is to kill himself. So starting off, he ended up taking some pills and committing suicide, which the goddess healed him right away and basically telling him like, no, we need you because heroes doesn't come around often.
何か余計なことをしているね。迷惑だ。やめなさい。
あなたこそ急に何？立ちなさい、冒険者よ。この世界を救うという大いなる使命が。
使命？知らんよ、そんなこと。
Weak, not mentioning, I'm talking about like he's slime level weak, maybe like snail level weak. Like this man is weak so bad, like you probably just push him over, he probably fall down. So she had checked his stat, and surprisingly, this man only got 1 HP, no strength, no agility, no defense, no nothing. I don't know how you could reincarnated somebody with no type of skill whatsoever. It was just like this man was just here on Earth just to be a NPC, basically. Like, he's just a living NPC with no kind of emotion, no life at all. Which is very funny to me because like most isekai, they always have some kind of thing to offer or some kind of hidden skill that, you know, people have to find out later on. But they do in fact have some kind of hidden skill, which this man doesn't have any type of hidden skill.
幸せだった人生から救い出してもらったというのに。ようと自分のステータスを見れば、この世界へ転移した人間は例外な的な力を持つ資格を与えられる。わ HP1? 猛毒？解毒したのに？え、ルノ？そんなバカなはずがない。何かあるはず。特別なスキルを持っていたり、何らかの才能が突出して何もない。そんなバカななんてこんなに弱い転移者を。
He ended up telling her that he doesn't want to be a hero and he just wanted to live his life peacefully, or he just wanted to live to find the next way for him to kill himself, basically. Like, wow, man, this is your whole goal in life. I don't know if the writer of this or even the author had any kind of thought into this. And the studio who picked this up, y'all should really go check on them, because, man, are y'all okay? I just hope they're not out there on that Newport energy smoking like 10 packs of Sega a day and just trying to see who's gonna die first. Because, man, this is some depressing stuff. Like, I can tell you, this is some very depressing stuff. So he ended up leaving and just telling her he wanted a peaceful life, and ended up just walking out. But surprisingly, the goddess actually ended up falling in love with him. Like, what do you see in this guy? I don't even know if she's crazy too. Like, what the hell? Like, what does she see in him? So he ended up walking out. She ended up chasing him, but she realized that she still had to do her job.
とだが心配には及ばんよ。僕は探しているだけなんだから。
この人は
that he ever encountered was a cat woman fighting a tree stump. He ended up going there, and the cat woman is telling him like, hey, save me, which he replies, I don't have no skill. I just want to kill myself as well.
"変わった形をした耳によくだ。何はとも死のせいは。聞いてもいいかな。
助けてってば。
死のか。しばし待ちたま。ガン。
いや、剣とか魔法。
Like, geez, man, the amount of depressing in just the first 10 minutes is crazy. Like, just mind blowing. Like, it's not like you're getting depressed. It's more you just thinking over your life. Like, man, is this really what my life is coming into? The tree ended up choking him, and the cat woman is over here telling him like, hey, do something, which he just replied back to her. This is basically the end of my life. This is what I wanted.
苦しい。
もうなぜ。
いや、して僕たちはもう長くはね。
おかげさまで。
Like, come on, are you really that depressed? I truly want to know what makes somebody this depressed. Like, I hope it's sickness, but hey, if you're sick, I hope there's some therapy you can go to, maybe some mental health hospital, because you need to get yourself checked. So, long story short, the tree ended up killing him, which it didn't overkill him, but it started draining his blood.
ツリーはサクションのスキルを持っていて、捉えたものの生命力を奪って。私たちもあの世行きね。
それは良い知らせ。
そうなるのよ。
君も本当はどれんだろう。体の力が抜け。グッと。
おい、諦めんなって冒険者。
Tree ended up dying because that's how much depression he got inside his blood. That's how bad this man was depressed. Jeez, like how bad of a depressed person you could be, because I never seen somebody this depressed.
この状況で最後を迎えるなんて想像な。
こねたようだね。
So the tree ended up killing himself by drinking this guy's blood and dropping them on the floor. The cat girl ended up believing he was a superhero with whatever ability he got.
うまくいったことはないがね。
まあとにかくあんたが何を落ち込んでるのか私は助かってよかったわ。だからありがとう。そうだ、あんた今から命の恩人なわけだしお礼させてよ。ほら立って。あんた名前は？
ヒデと呼ぶ。
じゃあ先生。
What kind of ability he got, but man, just like a bunch of buffoonery happened every single time that I'm just sitting here asking myself, like, what is going on? Like this is like one of the things that just mind screw you, and you're just like, wow, I can't believe it. Like, what the hell? So the Catwoman ended up falling in love with him as well, and she ended up being one of his companion along the journey. Just think about it, like, your companion with a guy who's always depressed, wouldn't that make you depressed too? Wouldn't that make you want to give up on your life? Because I know, like, in life, if I'm hanging out with friends and one of them just sad all the time, I probably ask myself, like, hey man, maybe hang out with me when you're happy, you know? So long story short, they continued their journey, and the goddess ended up quitting her job to tag along with them as well. She ended up giving up her high ability privilege, picking people to be heroes, immortality to be with this guy. Like, what? Why would you do that? You're giving up like immortality? That's like you're being young forever. Why would you even think about doing that? Why would you even consider doing it for this guy? Like, what in your head make you want to do that? I don't know what kind of love that is, but if I have immortality, you wouldn't catch me doing that. I can tell you that. I would just be cooling, living my life. And hey, I'm going to meet as many people as I can because, hey, I'm going to be alive forever. So she ended up tagging along as well, losing all her skill and power. And these two, the Catwoman and the goddess, drag him around in a coffin. This man doesn't walk. They're literally dragging him around in a coffin, talking about it like they literally are dragging this man every single where they go while he lay in a coffin. I don't know if he think he's a vampire. I don't know if he think he's Dracula, but bro, you're not that guy. You're literally not that guy. So coming to the next episode, they got into a kingdom where the king invited them into his palace to meet with him and his daughter, which is so random that the king, just meeting him for the first time, asked him, who should my daughter marry between this guy or this guy? This is like you going to a grocery store, meeting somebody for the first time, and they're like, hey man, I have the biggest decision in my life. What college course should I take? Should I go this route? Should I go this route? Like, bro, what? At that point, you might as well just flip a quarter or something like that and go head or tails. Like, you might as well just go gamble with your option at a slot machine at that point. Literally, like, how can you just meet somebody randomly and ask them for such a serious advice of who your daughter should marry? How and what right of mind are you in? So he ended up not picking anybody, and he ended up saying that she should be the one to choose.
知らんよ。娘のしたった大事な選択だろ。今日来た尋ねるようなことではない。
I probably agreed on in the whole episode is that he actually told the dad to let his daughter make up her mind, because I don't think anybody should make up their mind about anybody's relationship. It should be really on you and whoever you want to be with, because I don't think that anybody should have a right to make up your mind on who you should be with in a relationship. So that night he couldn't sleep and he went out to go, just enjoy the lake. I guess just take a view at the lake. What he noticed was the princess was also there enjoying the view. He ended up talking to the princess, and the princess basically asked him like, hey, I know my dad already asked you, but I want to ask myself, who should I marry? Which he replied, you already know who you should marry. It should be in your decision, which applaud. So the princess had a good thought about it, and I don't know what kind of mojo jojo he put into her head, but she ended up picking him instead of the two people she was supposed to marry, but she wanted to commit suicide with him. Like, bro, you out here brain tripping these girl, brain screwing these girl that's not even over the age of 16 to go kill themselves? Like, bro, what? Like, bro, you a serial psychopath. You feel me? At that point, you a total psychopath. You need to be locked up in a dungeon in like hell or something like that. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be alive walking around like that with that kind of energy, man. You got that depressed energy. That's something that be screwing people over. So come to it, she ended up choosing him, and the two guys who she was supposed to marry, well, I guess one of the guy didn't really care, but the other one was super mad, but the other one wasn't even a real guy. It was just a demon pretending to be in a guy body. So this demon here ended up getting mad and wanted to kill her. So the protagonist ended up standing up to this demon, which he didn't even stand up. He basically just hold her hand and was like, okay, are you ready for death? Like, what? Wait, what? Are you ready to die? So she just choose you to be her husband and you're gonna hit her with, are you ready to die? Like, you ready? This is our time to go out now. You know, I know you want to marry me, but you know, I just want to die. Like, jeez, man, think about the disappointment in that. I'm so glad because the princess actually got the courage to realize she didn't want to die, because before they were about to get killed, he pushed her out the way because she said she didn't want to die. Which I'm so glad that she understand that. Like, girl, you still got your whole life ahead of you. You haven't seen High School Musical yet. Like, what the hell? How are you gonna die right away and you haven't seen the best part of life yet? The protagonist ended up getting saved by the goddess and a Catwoman, and they ended up saving him, defeating the demon, but he ended up being the hero, which I don't even know how he ended up being a hero. It should have been the Catwoman and the goddess. Like, how did this man become a hero when he didn't do nothing? All he did was just tell people that they should die or they should die with him. Like, what kind of depression ass shit is that? Like, geez, man, I don't even know what kind of state of isekai it is, but this Far Case gotta be one of the worst anime I ever watched. And if you do watch this anime and you enjoy it, please tell me why you enjoy it. I understand it's supposed to be for comedy purposes, but come on now, is killing yourself, is being depressed really comedy? I didn't know being depressed was something to joke about anymore. I didn't think about you wanting to die or somebody wanted to die was actually taken into being a joke. Like, I understand dark humor, but this is like not even dark humor if you're gonna make a whole anime about it or a whole isekai with every season it's about this guy wanting to kill himself. What in the right mind are you at? Are you okay with life? Jeez, man. I just wish there's more actually passion when they put in it now, because now it's just like they're pushing out garbage and expect us to just eat it up like we don't know anything better to do. And hey, shit, they're getting me, you feel me? They probably getting you too, because at the end of the day, man, we're just eating it up. We don't even know what's better now, because like it just blow my mind away that I know there's other people like me who sat there and watched through these first 2 episodes and probably wondered to themselves like, man, it's just really what my life about. Like, I think after I watched the first episode, I went outside and looked in the sky and was like, bruh, did I really just watch that? Did I really just sat my 26 minute just sitting there watching that? Never again. Never again. If you guys like isekai, give me a comment. Tell me what's your favorite isekai. Tell me, have you watched this yet or have you not? And if you did watch it, tell me why you like it and why you didn't. If you like my content, give me a subscribe, give me a like, and share with your friends. Peace.